Hi, welcome to Magpie Moonchild. My name is Kayleigh. This is a deck unboxing and first look of the Sacred Web Tarot Deck and Guidebook. It's written by Jannie Bui Brown and illustrated by James Brown IV. Let's get into it. My beautiful friend bought this for my 40th birthday this week, so you get to open it with me and have a look at it. So we have, take the plastic off. It comes in a two-part box. This is the biggest two-part box I think I've ever seen with a tarot deck. I love it. So obviously it has this gorgeous rainbow spiderweb vine design on the front. Then we have the Sacred Web Tarot on the top side, and then on the bottom it's created by Harper One. They do some incredible decks actually. And I love that it's it can go on its side on my shelf like that. I have a slot, I think, left that I can fit it in on the shelf. So let's have a little look inside. Let's take the two-part box. I love a two-part. And we have yin yang, which I'm assuming is with an Ouroboros around it. Pentacles, cups, wands, and feathers instead of swords. I like that. We have a guidebook. Look how thick that guidebook is. This is incredible. We'll have a look at that in a minute once we've been through the cards. As above, so below. Let's open this out. Let us meet in the sacred center. And then we have the cards. Let's take the cuff off of these. It's going to have to slide off. There we go. It can slide off. Let's have a look at the cards one by one. So we have 0 for the Fool. And we have that web design in black and white on the back. And then we have 1 for the Magician, Love the Spider and all the elements. 2, the High Priestess. Beautiful peacock and the lotus. 3 for the Empress. 4 for the Emperor. 5 for the Hierophant. 6 for the Lovers. I love the binary on this. Then we have 7 for the Chariot. 8 for Strength. 11 for Justice. No, 9. Oh, sorry, 9 for the Hermit. 9 for the Hermit. 10 for the Wheel of Fortune. I think that's beautiful. 11 for Justice. Had to think for a second. I love the horn, the antlers at the top. 12 for the Hanged Man. 13 for Death. 14 for Temperance. 15 for the Tower. The Tower. I'm having a minute. No, the Tower is that one. Sorry, my neighbour's dogs are going crazy. 15 is the Devil. 16 is the Tower. 17 is the Star. I think that is so beautiful. The Moon. And we have the Sun. That is stunning. And we have Judgment, although they've been renamed in this book. Some of these cards. And then we have the World, which is really beautiful design. 22. And we have this extra card. We'll have a look at what that is in a minute in the booklet. And then we have the Ace of Pentacles, the 2, the 3. I love that that's ants for the teamwork and the community. 4, the 5, the 6. Kind of like that for the balance of everything. The 7, 8, 9, and the 10. Then we have the Student of Earth, so student instead of page, Scout instead of Knight of Earth, Scout of Earth, Source instead of Queen, we have Source of Earth, and Seer of Earth for King. And then we have the Ace of Cups, the 2, the 3, the 4, 5, 6, I love that, the 7, 8, the 9, and the 10. Oh, look at that, of Cups. And then we have the Student of Water, the Scout of Water, the Source of Water, and the Seer of Water. Those tears. Then we have the Ace of Wands, the 2, the 3, the 4 of Wands, beautiful, the 5, the 6 of Wands, oh wow, the 7, the 8, the 9, and the 10. Love that bat hanging upside down. Then we have the Student of Fire. We have the Scout of Fire, the Source of Fire, wow, and the Seer of Fire. That's powerful. And then we go into air, so swords, in this case it's feathers. So we have the Ace, the 2, I love the balance of the flamingo, the 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, the 9, heterochromia going on there, the 10, and then we have the Student of Air, the Scout of Air, the Source of Air, and the Seer. I love that, of air, those wings. As you can see, they are relatively thin cardstock, but if you bend them, they do bend back. They are beautiful. Even though they're thin, they are not by any means cheap quality. They hand over shuffle beautifully. There is weight to them, even though they're thin. You can have really thick cardstock that doesn't really work very well, and you can have thin cardstock that does work really well, and this is one of those. They will, because they're matte printed, they're struggling a little bit with washing. As a way of doing it, let's give them a riffle casino shuffle. Oh, helps if you do it properly, Kayleigh. There we go. So there you go. They'd have bent ever so slightly with doing that, but if I do it back the other way, they've straightened right back up. So yeah, hand over shuffling, not a problem. Getting one out on its own, easy. I don't know, they might with more shuffling loosen up, and for some people like to wash them around and do it that way to shuffle their cards. They will probably do that, but then they're not slippery. They don't really want to jump around each other like some do, but as you use them, they might loosen up to do that. Let's have a look at the guidebook. So we go, Tarot Guidebook, and it has Rota Tarot Orat Torah Ator. The Sacred Wheel of Tarot speaks the law of love. Contents there, so we have the origin story, introduction to the tarot, understanding the deck, taking care of it, reading tarot with your deck, a card for a day, centering, soul work spread, cultivating love for your sacred self, weaving spread. Oh, there's some brilliant spreads in here. Beautiful spiral, the 8 chakras, 13, the 5 elements in the sacred web, earth, water, fire, air, and ether. And then we have the Ouroboros again. Then we have the Sacred Web, Major Arcana, Welcome to the Major Arcana. We have the Leap instead of the Fool, the Magician, the Oracle, Grace for the Empress, Majesty for the Emperor, Teacher for Hierophant, the Lovers Remain, Chariot's the same, Strength, Insight instead of the Hermit. We have the Wheel, Justice, Reflection instead of the Hanged Man, Release for Death, Balance for Temperance, the Bind for the Devil, the Burn for the Tower, the Star Remains, the Moon, the Sun. We have Awakening, which is a great description and alternative name for Judgment. And then we have the Universe. Sometimes it is known as the Universe instead of the World. And then the Sacred Cosmic Self is that extra card. And then the Minor Arcana. Welcome to the Minor Arcana. Then we have the Suit of Earth. And then each one has its image and the message on there. That is the same on the Major Arcanas as well. They have a full black and white image of the cards and they get treated the same as the Major Arcana. I think that is absolutely brilliant because you don't always see that. Then we have correspondences, so numbers and astrological houses, different houses, symbols in the sacred web. This is an incredible deck for the information that's in here. It's got colours, chakras, colours, all sorts of directions. It's like a full glossary in here of all the things you need within it. The animals that are in there as well and their symbolism. This is an incredible resource. The mantras in the sacred web. So each card gets a mantra, which I think is brilliant. And then, where are we going? Oh, hang on, there's more. There's more. Then there's the elements and their keyword based on their number, their court card or the Minor Arcana card. I think that's brilliant. Then in gratitude, their acknowledgements. That is such an incredible resource. The cards themselves are amazing, but that book, my goodness, what a guidebook to come with it. That's amazing. There's so many of those things that I teach in the tarot course. So the person that gave this to me and the fact that those things are on the course, it just feels like synchronization. Anyway, hopefully this has been helpful for you. Feel free to ask any questions. I apologize for the interruptions. I cannot help my neighbour's dogs. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this. If you want to check out any of the other videos or subscribe, please feel free to do that. The buttons and things are all on the channel and on the page. But thank you so much for taking the time to be with me, and bye for now.